Okay, team, let's talk about our workout of the week. This workout features 4 distinct parts, each with its own 5-minute time cap. So in total, we've got a 20-minute clock going, but your time is going to be how long each of these 4 segments take you, added together into one final time. So to get started, we're doing an 800-meter run for the RX, and intermediate, we're going to scale that down to 600 meters. We want this to be about 4 minutes or less, and this is going to get you out of breath. The interesting part about this distance is it is just long enough that you need to kind of pace yourself a little bit, but it is short enough that you can't overpace it. Okay, so we're going to be pushing this pretty hard, getting after it, but we still have a couple other pieces to go. So if you do a full-on sprint, it might make the rest of your workout suffer a little bit. After that 800-meter run, however much time you have in between when you finish and the 5-minute mark, you get to rest. At the 5-minute mark, you're going to start 75 chest-to-bar pull-ups for RX or 50 regular pull-ups for intermediate, chin over the bar. So coming off of that run, you are still going to be out of breath when you get started on those pull-ups. So doing a big chunk of pull-ups right away probably isn't going to be possible, and probably isn't the best strategy either. With that high of volume and not having any other movements there, and just it's a short period of rest, and it's a short period to work as well, only 5 minutes. For the 75 chest to bars, you're looking at 15 a minute, and we want to get that done with a little bit of rest time too. So we're hoping to get this done in that 4 to 4:30 range at the very least. For the 50 pull-ups, same thing, that's averaging 10 a minute. And so you really need to pace yourself out on these and understand what your total capacity is. And what I would recommend is sometime before this workout, so this is going to be on next Friday. What's today? Today is the 17th, so the 24th, 23rd? Anyways, next Friday. And before then, if you're planning to do regular pull-ups or even chest-to-bar pull-ups, if you're wanting to try that, then do a max effort set. See how many you can do in a row unbroken without coming off the bar. If you can get somewhere in the 10 to 15 range of either regular pull-ups or chest-to-bar pull-ups, then you should be okay to attack this workout as is. If you can't, if you're doing somewhere in the 5 to 10 range, I would honestly recommend you get a band so you can do bigger sets. Again, I stressed this last week talking about pull-ups. If you always do small sets of pull-ups, 1 or 2 at a time, you really aren't increasing your lung capacity when doing a pull-up. You aren't increasing your grip or any other stamina required to do bigger sets on pull-ups, and you'll always just keep doing 1 to 2 at a time. So using a band, taking one little step backwards to do bigger sets over time is going to pay off to doing bigger sets without a band. So let's say you can do 10 or more reps. I would honestly recommend starting off with really small sets, 3 to 5 reps at a time, and trying to do those on a specific interval that will allow you to finish. So again, 75 reps, we're looking at 15 a minute. So you need to do at least 3 every, what would that be? 12 seconds. If you're able to do 3 every 12 seconds, then you're going to just barely finish under that 5-minute cap. Ideally, though, that will leave you a little bit of gas in the tank, so come that last 10 to 15 reps, you can kind of open it up and maybe do some bigger sets. And by that point, hopefully you'll actually have a little more breath, because coming out of that 800-meter run, you'll probably be pretty out of breath, so doing small sets at the beginning are probably all you're going to be able to handle anyways. After that, so now we're only halfway through this workout, next is 75 burpees to a target. So that's where you're going to go all the way down, chest to the ground, come back up, jump, touch a target that is about 6 inches above your head. So you can probably just use your pull-up bar. Wherever your pull-up bar is, that should be a decent height. Won't necessarily be exactly 6 inches, but something above your head that you physically have to touch will be the standard for today. So that is our target. Same exact rep scheme, right? Intermediate, your goal again is 50, so 10 a minute. RX, yeah, 75 in a minute. 75 in 5 minutes. That's 15 a minute. That's a really difficult tempo to sustain for 5 full minutes, given that you've already done 800-meter run and 75 pull-ups. So your lungs are going to be fatigued, your shoulders, your arms are going to be fatigued. So this is really going to add up. I would definitely recommend stepping back and up just to keep a steady pace with it. Make it a cardio piece rather than trying to jump up and back. That will get you a little more winded. Jumping up and back will be quicker. So if you wanted to kind of do a quick burst of a few reps, take a little bit of a break, do a quick burst of reps. Jumping back and forth might be good, but if you want to sustain a steady pace, then I would step back and step up. So again, RX, you've got 75 reps. Intermediate, you're going for 50 reps. And then finally, we have an 800/1000 meter row. So this is going to be an all-out effort right at the end. You have a 5-minute time cap on this last piece, and you'll be needing to keep track of the time that you finish on each of these pieces, because at the end you're going to add those finishing times together to get your total time. If you don't finish any of those movements in the time cap allotted, you're just going to make note of how many reps you did. Your time for that piece would be 5 minutes plus any unfinished reps. So if, let's say the burpees, you finish, your goal is to do 50 and you finish 45 out of the 50 at the 5-minute mark, your time for that piece would be 5:05, the 5-minute time cap plus those 5 seconds or those 5 unfinished reps. And so those are our 4 pieces: the 800-meter run, 75 chest to bar pull-ups for RX, 50 chin over the bar pull-ups for intermediate, and then 75 burpees to a target for RX or 50 burpees to a target for intermediate, and then finally finishing off with a 800/1000 meter row. Beginners will have some other variations for you as well. Modifications, probably a jumping pull-up instead of the chest to bar pull-up, and then probably a similar thing for the burpees, modified reps for you there. So that is our workout for the week. This is a awesome test of capacity, of stamina. How good is your conditioning? How good is your gymnastics capability under fatigue? Really cool workout that's just going to separately kind of test those different modalities and give us a sense of what we're capable of, honestly. So, cool workout. That is my workout of the week. Hope you have fun. See you at the gym.